Hey guys, it's Mad Max here today, and I'm going to be talking about the Apple Watch. Yes, it finally came. Now guys, this is a review. It's not an unboxing. It's kind of a combo of everything, but I'm going to try and sort of push it a bit further than just a review, like give a lot of personal thoughts and sort of really float around the subject. The first thing I thought about the Apple Watch is I was just so impressed with the display. I've watched possibly every single review, unboxing, everything that's out there on YouTube because I was just so excited. And to be honest, all of them didn't show up the Apple Watch in its true colours. The proportions looked slightly wrong on camera. Everything was it didn't show the product up as well as it should do. So the main thing I noticed about when people were making videos about the Apple Watch was the actual cameras were really picking up all of the pixels very individually, and so you could see the detail of every pixel. And I feel that really sort of damaged the overview of the product because, to be honest, as soon as I got the product in person, I couldn't see any sort of detail in the pixels. It was everything was one. It was absolutely seamlessly perfect, and overall I think it's just a display that is to die for. Picture quality, especially on Instagram and things like other apps like that, and on photos, I mean, it's so detailed. And I got the 38mm stainless steel with the sports band, and I find that the 38mm is completely comfortable. I don't find it's too small. I mean, I have extremely small wrists anyway. If you look, my wrists are absolutely minuscule. But the fact is, it doesn't feel too small. My fingers aren't pressing buttons that I don't want it to press. I find it extremely great. I mean, I have sort of child's fingers, but at the end of the day, I think unless you have huge sausage fingers, then I think you're going to be able to cope with this really well. Now, another thing that I noticed was in the videos, the Apple Watch looked either with a 38mm on people that said they had small wrists. It looked incredibly small, and I think the fact is that they don't have small wrists at all, and they have quite medium-sized wrists. And if you're going to go for that sort of average, sort of man-sized wrist, you're really going to be looking at needing to get the 42mm. I think it does look too small, looks slightly like a child's watch, but anything below that where you're actually, you do have quite thin wrists, sort of the typical lady's wrist, like my own, I think the 38mm is absolutely perfect. I mean, the proportions look absolutely fantastic, and everything, it just feels the right size. I mean, with 42mm, it would just feel ridiculous. I'm the sort of person that's been really capable of actually persuading my dad to buy into Apple, and also I've bought my fair share of products myself. On this occasion, this was a birthday present, the Apple Watch, and to be honest, I feel that I've got every penny's worth, and it's not too small. It doesn't feel like I've got something less than what I actually paid for. Especially being a birthday present, it needs to be right, and they've definitely got it right. And if you're thinking of buying for a birthday or for a graduation present, go for it. It's such a great present to get. And I'm the sort of person that goes for Apple because Apple is a very sleek, very suave, Vogue brand, and it's got a really nice feel to it. It's really pretty, it's very simplistic, but in the way that's so beautiful and flawless and just effortlessly great. Sorry about that. And I find that it's been really great getting the Apple Watch because it's made that even more it's really opened that gate for me because it's a fashion product. Everyone knows how much it costs. It doesn't cost low and a small amount of money. People know that. I quite like that. It does make you feel pretty cool. It's kind of cool just to be up here sort of answering a call, sending texts. You certainly feel pretty, yeah, I've got the Apple Watch, you know. And I really find that that's a really special thing about this. I mean, with an iPhone, of course, it's a beautiful product. It's absolutely just effortlessly fantastic. but there are restrictions. It has to sit in your pocket. You're always going to your pocket, and it's so convenient. And not many people have said this. A lot of people have just critiqued the Apple Watch and not really actually just given it so many compliments, which it just deserves so many compliments. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit speechless, but it just deserves so many compliments, and I find that it's just so easy, it's just so convenient, going to your wrist and just being able to answer a text quickly, or just know that someone's liked your photo, or someone started following you, or someone sent you a message. It's just so convenient, just to look up and go to your wrist. I find it absolutely great. Guys, now I'm going to move on to the packaging. Now, I found this experience so great, just as good as the iPhone unboxing experience and other, like the iPod and the iPhone 5C. But I find, I've got a reminder. And so one of the best things is about how you've got the two different sort of dimensions to the actual unboxing experience. So you've got the hard sort of case on the outside, which is, it feels good, and it's not losing its edge or anything like that. And that's really nice, and it just feels so good. You've just got your little information about the model and stuff, just to know that when you got your order, they've sent you the right watch. And it just feels really good, really good. You can feel the quality in the materials, even when it comes down to just the box. Everything is great. So when we take this off, you obviously then meet the jewellery box. Now, I love the idea of this jewellery box, and lots of people have complained about not having a dock or anything like that, but I just love sitting the watch in the jewellery box because it's so personally designed and actually so precisely designed to the actual watch that it'd be stupid not to actually store it in here. And I just find it's such a great idea. So if you just lift this out, you obviously then have your little hard band, so you just take the watch off. I normally set it to about the second one, like this. As you can see, I'm not struggling to get anything on or anything like that. It's quite simple. Everything just sits in nicely. That just sits there. And then I take the inductive charging cable, which is really also beautiful. There's a little scratch, but it's nothing to worry about. But so you just sit it in there like this, and it charges, and that's really beautiful. And I find it sits in there absolutely gorgeously. I don't think you need a dock. I think this is absolutely completely fine. Just feels really great, and I love that about it. So guys, if there's one thing that did disappoint me about the Apple Watch, and this really makes me laugh because there's only such a small thing that I couldn't find, but the one thing that does is that the Apple Watch, I got the entry level, and there was no anything to clean the screen with, which really disappointed me. But I believe if you get this stainless steel link bracelet, you do get like a screen wipe, or I'm not sure what you call it, but I think it's like a microfiber cloth. But luckily I own an iMac 21.5 inch, and that came with a microfiber screen cloth, and that was really great because I've been able to use that on my Apple Watch. Now, it's really pretty because it comes with a little Apple logo on it, and I found it really useful because it means that at night I can just take it and I can just give it a little wipe, give it a little bit of tender loving care, just wipe away any little hair and scratches, and I found that they really do polish out. Now, I've not needed to use any metal polish, as long as you just sort of buff the actual watch quite carefully, quite smoothly, and you're good to go. And I just sit that in at night, and then in the morning I give it a quick wipe just to get rid of any dust that's settled on it overnight, and then off I go to school, and it's so great. So I do advise, if you do want to wipe your screen, either buy one off Amazon, or if you're really looking to spend money, buy yourself a 21.5 inch Mac. Yeah, that will do. But I certainly found that it was useful being able to access a clock, and that's the only thing that disappoints me about the Apple Watch. And it's so minor, and that's what makes me laugh. That's the only thing I can complain about. That's the only thing I see. And honestly, I I hope that you see as well as a problem with this Apple Watch. I know lots of people said the actual idea is flawed and everything like that, but to be honest, I find that everything is perfect, apart from that one thing, and it just sits so nicely, and I couldn't be happier with the watch, to be honest. Now, so many people have made videos about the software and how it all works and everything, so I'm not going to go into major detail. I'm just going to show you the things that I really like about the software. Now, I love the fact that you can just lift your wrist and the screen activates. I love the idea of force touch, that's really great. Now, Siri is really handy, and in the OS 1.0, I found that it did lag. And so when I spoke to Siri, it just sat there until you basically clicked on. But now they've brought out OS 1.0 feature, it's completely fast. So, what am I up to today? Could you check my calendar? You don't have any appointments in your calendar today. Now, I know I just said that wrong, but I just wanted to demonstrate how instant this is. It's very instantaneous. It works so nicely, and that's really great for me. Now, another thing is glances. I do really love glances. I've fallen in love with glances. It's quick. It means that I can just swipe up, measure my heart rate, look at how I'm doing, how many calories I need to burn for the rest of the day, because I think it's really important to maintain calories, and this has also really helped, because it really does inspire you just to get to that extra bit. Even if you're at 250 calories, just get up to that 350 or 330 or however much you set as your daily goal. Now that is really great because it helps you just to push yourself, and I believe that will help you to maintain a good, healthy lifestyle in a really great way. So I really love glances at the moment, and it's just great to be able to just flick through, look at your heart rate, look at your calendar, look at the weather, everything that's really convenient. And then it's also great just to be able to literally go through your notifications. That's really nice. And also the digital crown, I've just fallen in love with it. It's so convenient. You can tell that they've thought very, very hard about how to create a great product at Apple. Just the idea of not having to have your finger over the screen, covering a relatively small screen, just being able to sort of scroll through and just really be able to put that to great use and really get the most out of this screen. I know it's a small screen, but it's great that they've created that design idea that doesn't really hack you off, because you can just scroll through everything, and it's just so great. Now also, I just wanted to comment that I really like the watch faces. Now I don't think it would actually be a good idea to have so many customizable watch faces, because I suppose one thing about Apple is that they love their company and they love their designs, and they don't want you to change the way that happens and the way that feels. And I think it would get to a point where it was out of their control if they created that. So they created a customization availability, and you can really do that, and you can use different watch faces, and they're all great, to be honest. I'm in love with all of them, and I'm so glad that there's not that customizable sort of value, because that would not be great. I really don't think that would be great. A lot of people have complained about it very much, but there's a lot of things that you can do, whether it's adding detail to a clock, so I can just go through, I can add lots of detail, add little numbers, add all of this, and it is manageable, and it's really great, and I don't think that they should change the way that they do that. And I just find that the whole operating system is gorgeous. I like this watch interface. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of a honeycomb sort of texture. But it's really gorgeous how you can go through all of these different apps. The maps work really well. And to be honest, I've not had 4G all week. And I've not found that the watch has suffered because of that, because a lot of the features don't need internet to be able to run in the way that they need. Like, you'll still get notifications, you'll still get your texts, you'll still get all of that, and I don't think you need 4G all the time just to be able to do that. So I think that's really great, and I just want to really reiterate how much I think they've tried to create a great product and really, really succeeded. Now I'm in love with this product, it's so great, and I couldn't be more happy, and I really hope that you invest in one of these watches, because it's been really misportrayed, it's been really shown to be not a great product. It's been so heavily criticised and not complimented at all, and there's so many compliments to give, so I really wanted just to give those compliments today. Now everything is so flawless, everything is so beautiful, and I am in love with this device.